Howdy Fluffbutts, it's me, Faolan WALLPAPER and Cortez Colt. Another month gone, a new review to spawn. Yep, I didn't get the 20 likes I asked for.
But I'm doing this anyway.
I've grown quite fond to this new series of videos and I don't want to give up on it that quickly. So we will be reviewing the third episode of Friendship is Magic Season 1, The Ticketmaster. Does it live up to the hype that the first two episodes built up? It's questionable. The conception of the Ticketmaster is not nearly as exciting as the first two-parter was, and that makes this standalone episode, for what it's meant to signify, seem like a massive letdown. However, it is compulsive to see the protagonist's personalities get pushed above an extent to where we see a different side to how they were established in parts 1 and 2. Unfortunately, the problem is that this episode can be considered to be a turning point for the rest of the series. Season 1 has a visible hint of early installment eccentricity, stories taking place mainly in one location, not many new characters being introduced, and some episodes display muddled messages for the wrong reasons. For example, Boastbusters and Feeling Pinky Keen. I think we can all firmly agree that those episodes are complete trash. Still, the first season in the show is one of sheer importance because it is directly responsible for setting the seeds in place for the equestrian universe to grow onwards from. Surely the third episode can carry the torch that was handed to it by the two-parter. Or will it crumble to pieces, leading to a rocky start for the beginning of the show? Well, grab your Grand Galloping Gala ticket and let's break the Ticketmaster down. Here's some fun facts for you all. The original version of the Ticketmaster was intended to be 11 minutes long, and it was written way before the show was officially greenlit for production. It was the only episode in the entire show to be written both by a developer and a writer, Lauren Frost and Amy Keithing Rogers. They ended up receiving writing credit together for this episode as a result. Frost was responsible in creating the initial story, but due to its short length, Keithing Rogers assisted Frost in fleshing out the episode to be the traditional 22 minutes runtime. However, this fact alone gives half of the story a sense of filler, which honestly makes this sound uninteresting for me. It would have made significantly more sense if the Ticketmaster was the penultimate episode to the season's finale, the best night ever. Since both stories mention / feature the Grand Galloping Gala, the two episodes, if they were featured back to back, could have provided a better structured and more exciting end to the first season.
Stop! Why do you have to ruin everything?
The Ticketmaster opens up with Applejack and Twilight Sparkle doing some apple picking in Sweet Apple Acres. We are quickly informed that Applejack made a bet with her big brother Big Mac.
I bet Big Macintosh I could get all these golden delicious in the barn by lunchtime.
That if she completes her work earlier than expected, he will have to devote himself to a time of embarrassment.
If I win, he's gonna walk down Stirrup Street in one of Granny's girdles.
This felt like a slice of empty humor starting the episode off, since Big Mac hardly got any character development in the first two episodes to make Applejack's dialogue here the slightest bit believable.
Golden delicious, golden delicious.
Golden delicious, you say? Well then, what's this? The continuity hurts. Then we get another lousy attempt of comedy from Spike, complaining about his lack of hunger, and I felt like it came off as a bit bland.
All this hard work is making me hungry.
I know, right?
Please, Spike. You've been lounging on my back all morning while we worked.
Exactly. You two are taking so long, I miss snack time.
You lazy bugger. What about all those perfectly fine apples you've been carelessly throwing away?
Snack on one of them!
Instead of chowing down on Applejack's handiwork. After finishing the best looking apple selfishly, Spike vomits up a letter from Princess Celestia informing Twilight of a royal ball that's been situated in Canterlot, the Grand Galloping Gala. It's an annual festival in celebration of the completion of Canterlot, where it is attended by ponies and creatures of such elegance. Pity that you have to wait another 23 episodes for it to make an actual appearance. That's probably the main reason why this episode doesn't appeal to me as much as the finale does. Ultimately, the Ticketmaster stands out more like an episode of premature setup to the best night ever. It's rather disappointing how Hasbro wanted this episode to be aired third, directly after Friendship is Magic.
Disappointed!
Twilight and Applejack are ecstatic about the Gala's announcement, whereas Spike is the complete opposite, where he is reduced to having a typical schoolboy's behavior whenever apparent girl-related activities are brought up.
I don't want any of that girly frilly frou-frou nonsense.
It's an almost stereotypically realistic reaction, and I liked that. Applejack then begins to express to Twilight how much she would love to attend the gala. A dream sequence is shown to exhibit that if Applejack went to the event, she'd sell her products to make enough money to help get rid of her family's issues. Each of Twilight's friends during the first half of the episode gets their own personalized gala dream scenes. I felt like that was a very helpful way for the audience to see justification in their fantasies and think about which characters are most sensible to bring along. But suddenly, Rainbow Dash interrupts their conversation and catches on to Twilight having 2 tickets.
You told me you were too busy to help me harvest apples. What were you busy doing? Spying?
No, I was busy napping.
I have to be honest, Rainbow's attitude in this episode is mildly annoying. Her unconvincing diversion of Applejack's question, along with the camera panning up to reveal her makeshift bed, made me roll my eyes. If she was loyal, Rainbow could have devoted some time to helping Applejack with the farm work instead of lazying around. Even her dream sequence was loaded with her self-conceit, and it was so mundane.
I would draw their attention with my super speed strut. Then I would mesmerize them with my fantastic Billy Flash. And for my grand finale, the Buccaneer Blaze.
Like you would memorize all of that on the day, Rainbow. Applejack and Rainbow have a weird little squabble for the ticket, and Twilight quickly shuts them down.
Girls, these are my tickets. I'll decide who gets it, thank you very much.
Her assertiveness shines through the most in this episode, and further acknowledges how much she has grown practically from just 2 episodes ago. I thought the use of unique pieces of music that played when Applejack and Rainbow tried to give Twilight their levels of reasoning to get the ticket was kinda cool.
Drumming up business for the farm?
A chance to audition for the Wonderbolts?
Money to fix Granny's hips.
Living the dream!
It represents their characters appropriately, and whenever those tunes play in the episode, you'll know who's more important. But then, Apple Dash have to go ahead and furiously hold their hoofs together again like an old married couple. Like, guys, get a room. Just when Twilight was getting comfortable away from the stress concerning the Chocolate Factory tickets, she is abruptly stopped by Pinky, who also notices the tickets.
These aren't tickets to the Grand Galloping Gala?
Did we just step into an acid trip inside Pinky's brain or something? Okay, I get it. Pinky is meant to occasionally be over-exaggerating everything, and her gala dream sequence was visually fun, but it felt flaunted. It's shoved right in your face without explanation, and considering that none of the ponies have ever been to the gala,
I'd love to go, but I've never had the opportunity to attend.
how would any of them have any idea what kind of events even get hosted? Maybe Celestia should have included a leaflet with those tickets. It really has you thinking. Only when you thought you had the tiniest bit of intermission from the amount of burden this episode is hurling up, Rarity randomly happens to stumble along.
Are these what I think they are?
Do you know why she's out here right now?
The gala!
Nope, she's just here for the sake of plot convenience and for the episode to move its wonky rump. Although, concerning Rarity's sophisticated demeanor and her obsession with the glamour of the high end of society, her gala dream sequence was delightful to watch.
I would stroll through the gala, and everyone would wonder, who is that mysterious man? They would never guess that I was just a simple pony from little old Ponyville.
The stop-motion style of the animation was nice, and it was generally easy to understand with her slow-paced dialogue. But soon, all of that went to shit upon seeing... It's him! With hindsight, when I rewatched this particular moment in this scene, seeing Blue Blood slightly ruined it for me, because we all know how much Rarity's imagination was poisoned in the finale.
You, sir, are the most uncharming prince I have ever met!
Damn!
Once again, everything goes berserk when Fluttershy's demon rabbit snatches both tickets. Like, Oh my god, what is up with this line?
Angel, these are perfect.
Fluttershy, were you mysteriously planning on stealing the tickets?
Something's wrong.
When Twilight finds the courage to speak up, she exclaims that she has no idea who she wants to bring along to the gala, and straight away, Fluttershy is the best to sympathize with since she initially says,
Oh, no.
Until she is pressurized by her devil bunny to change her mind.
I mean, yes.
Fluttershy's dream sequence was a definite eye-opener. The truth that she wouldn't want to be involved in any pony else's business at the gala makes her rather the peaceful companion to bring along. The tranquil music that plays in the background was also a tasteful hint of quietude in this scene.
And that's just the flora. Don't get me started on the fauna.
But I swear, once an adequate moment in this episode ends, it's almost as if the absurdity returns again to take center stage, as the 6 ponies are confronted with one another in the middle of Ponyville, only for a massive argument to erupt.
Rainbow Dash, were you following me?
No, I mean, yes. I mean, maybe.
Just be honest, Rainbow. Damn, at least Applejack tries to be subtle about who she's following.
Applejack, were you following me too?
No, I was following this one to make sure she didn't try any funny business.
Also, did you hear that?
Everyone to someone else. A goody 4 shoes anybody, but anybody to everyone. And everyone
To everyone else.
Everyone?
They've broken the magic!
How dare them!
Plus, as Twilight takes the moral high ground over her bickering friends, especially with this shot of them towering over her before she takes control, was great too. It's certainly one of the better highlights of this story as a whole.
There's no use in arguing.
But Twilight.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch!
I also liked this single shot of only Twilight in frame after her friends walked away, with the rest of Ponyville shown in this skewered perspective. The question of who she is going to take to the gala still lingers on. And this was the moment where the decency of this episode started to go off the rails. The second half is basically Twilight continuously being overridden with alluring favors from her friends so that she will give them the extra tickets. It feels repetitive as hell, since we've already had the tense experience of Applejack, Fluttershy, Rarity, Pinkie, and Rainbow swarming Twilight with their aggravating fantasies. Twilight and Spike treat themselves to a spot of lunch, and Twilight struggles to make a choice on who she wants to invite to the gala.
I can't decide! I feel so congested.
Her facial expressions display her indecision fittingly, and just like the first 2 episodes, Twilight is the one you'd feel most relatable to given the circumstances.
I mean, I like grass just fine, but would it hurt anybody to offer some gemstones?
Hey, Spike, did you know that you're literally sitting on a mountain of fries? Only when Twilight was about to tuck into a well-deserved snack, Rainbow Dash has to legit go and rain on her parade.
I just saw the smartest, most generous pony about to get rained on, so I thought I'd kick a hole in the clouds to keep her dry so she could dine and feast. That's all.
Even though Rainbow's logic was beyond a joke.
I'd do it for any pony.
What you say?
Watching Twilight slowly catching onto her lies was satisfying. The way the camera starts off with close-ups on Rainbow's face and bird's eye view angles on Twilight, before ending with Rainbow shown in a long shot and Twilight's irritated face in a close-up, show a siege of control over the situation.
Close up that rain cloud right now.
Ugh, fine.
That's better.
Sorry, Twilight, but you got what you asked for. Having her demand backfiring on herself, Twilight gets dragged into Rarity's boutique to avoid the rain. Oh, and for a more extreme version of the makeover that was labored onto her in the first episode. Ugh, I don't even want to imagine what went on behind that divider. Listening to Rarity babbling away about attending the gala does nothing to help improve her sense of rationality in getting the ticket. Not to mention that she's always shoving and rubbing her hoofs on Twilight whenever her brain is in imagination indulgence mode.
The best of friends. All eyes would be on us.
I wonder which mare is up next to inevitably shower Twilight in an excessive amount of unneeded gratification. This episode can be so predictable sometimes, and it takes away the potential fun it offers.
Did some pony say lunch?
Applejack rapidly appears to lavish Twilight with another array of Apple products. What does she have to offer this time, ladies and gentle colts?
I got apple pie, apple fritters, apple tarts, apple dumplings, apple crisp, apple crumblers, and...
Wait. What did she say?
Apple crisp, apple crisp, apple crisp.
Yes! Apple crisps are real in Equestria! Although I really appreciated the tense music that built up during Twilight's mini rant about being flooded with favors.
In fact, I'm less sure now than I was this morning.
When Twilight returns home, did you know that when Fluttershy is seen cleaning, she is audibly breaking the fourth wall? Very sneaky, Hasbro, I'll give you that. Once again, the comedy in this episode continues to scrape the bottom of the barrel.
I hope you don't mind, but we're all doing a little spring cleaning for you.
It's summer.
Ha ha. Also, if Twilight says that,
It's summer.
then how come we were introduced to the episode Winter Wrap-Up first before the Fall Weather Friends episode? What? Huh? Do seasons go backwards in Equestria or something? Soon enough, the special favors hits the maximum displeasing level when Pinky unexpectedly does this.
Twilight is my bestest friend, Whoopee.
Pinky.
Cutest, smartest, all-around best pony.
Pinky.
I bet if I throw a super duper fun party,
Pinky.
she'll give her extra ticket to the gala to me.
And this.
Wait, what ticket? What gala? Oh, you didn't know? Twilight has an extra ticket to the Grand Galloping Gala! The Grand Galloping Gala!
Ugh. I know Pinky's dumb, but come on! Who does something like that to a friend by peer pressuring them in a group of people? Thankfully, this ridiculous congestion is saved by Twilight and Spike running away while every pony gives chase to them in a Benny Hill parody sequence. There may be handfuls of bad moments in this episode, but this scene is the cherry on the top that makes the Ticketmaster tolerable. The fact that there weren't any sound effects or anything obnoxious added in makes it the only humorous bit in the episode that I actually enjoy. Did I just hear that someone will do my taxes if I give them the ticket? Take them both! Ugh, that sting felt a little too horrific. When Twilight is literally on the brink of breaking down crying because she can't decide who she wants to bring along to the gala, her friends immediately apologize?
Twilight, sugar, I didn't mean to put so much pressure on you.
I feel just awful that I made you feel so awful.
It's no fun upsetting your friends. It was unfair of me to try to force you as I did.
Well, maybe you all should have thought of that earlier on and put the unnecessary importance of the ticket behind you and approached Twilight holding yourself accountable for making her feel so awkward around you lot.
Yes! That means the ticket is mine! I got the ticket! I got the ticket!
Stop it.
At least Applejack, Fluttershy, Rarity, and Pinky admitted to making Twilight feel upset. Twilight then writes a letter to Princess Celestia saying that she'd rather give up the tickets to the gala than abandon her friends since there isn't enough to treat them all. It's a great lesson in showing that sharing your blessings is one way of maintaining a good friendship, because sharing is caring.
If my friends can't all go, I don't want to go either.
But then Celestia says what we've all said upon first watch of this episode,
Why didn't you just say so in the first place?
and gives all 6 of them tickets to go to the gala. Despite what I have said negatively about the entirety of this episode, it succeeded in showing us what would happen to our favorite characters if they were reduced to their simplistic mannerisms, because it could only lead to reckless decisions that may emotionally affect others. Hey, maybe this episode isn't that bad after all.
How come I don't get a ticket to the gala?
What? Spike, if you wanted to go to the royal ball all along, then why were you like this the whole time?
I don't want any of that girly frilly frou-frou nonsense. You're still on that? I told you I don't want any part of this girly gala gunk.
How come I don't get a ticket to the gala?
Welp, that's just ruined it. So, say this after me, Fluffbutts. Was it a yay or a nay? It's hard to say for this episode. I can't help but feel like this story was half-arsed at best, as if this story was overshadowed by the first two. There's a mixture of ups and downs here and there, and I can't make an exact opinion of them. So, how about this? We shall give and slap on the very first... average. The Ticketmaster is an alright episode to say the least. Twilight's performance is at its finest, and the main six's dream sequences for what they would do at the gala were pretty much eye candy. Unfortunately, the potential that this episode had was wasted on the protagonists slowly losing their sanities. It drove me to the point where I found it just peaking over being cringeworthy. The music was definitely the best thing in the episode, and I loved the diversity in all of it. There were bucket loads of good ideas that could have been implemented into the Ticketmaster to make it the tiniest bit more interesting. Shame that they were scrapped, reducing our favorite girls into selfish and stubborn idiots. Hopefully the next episode won't contain something like that.
Which means I should really get back to work. Hint, hint. Get back to work.
Fine.
It does. I award the Ticketmaster an average and a 5 out of 10. Wow, thank you so much for watching my third MLP review, Fluffbutts. I've missed doing these, and I only strive to make more in the future. Hopefully one each month from now on. So if you want to see me produce a review on the next episode, Applebuck Season, instead of a tedious 20 likes goal, give me 10 likes, and it will be made. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye!